Brother Mark, the first prayer, please.
Let us pray. Holy and gracious God, we thank you for this city and for the people who give it life. We thank you for those whose work is visible, our first responders, teachers, business owners, and city staff who serve the public each day. And we thank you just as deeply for those whose efforts are unseen, the quiet helpers, the volunteers, the caretakers, the ones who mend, clean, build, guide, and support without applause. Their work is woven into the very strength of Kennett. As we look toward next week's event, just a small town Christmas, we ask your blessing on it. May it bring joy to our families, encouragement to our merchants, and a renewed sense of community spirit as neighbors gather together in the heart of our city. Let the celebration remind us that even simple moments can shine brightly when a community shares its hopes, its hospitality, and its care for one another. Tonight, grant this council wisdom for the decisions before them. Give them steady minds, patient spirits, and hearts that seek the good of all. Bless their leadership, bless their families, and bless every person in our community who labors, seen or unseen, to make Kennett a place where all can flourish. Lord, let your peace rest on us, your wisdom guide us, and your grace sustain us, our future. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Very nice words. Thank you for that. Believe. All right.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone. Council, I believe we have some minutes from November 4th in your packet. I entertain a motion to approve as written. We have a motion from Mr. Wainick.
Second.
We have a second from Mr. Young. Does anybody see any problems or be willing to, any changes I should say? All in favor of approving the minutes as written, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed. Okay. In your packet, you have abstract of accounts from October of this year. You know, to entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Panousis. We have a second by Mr. Carter. Any questions? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
That passes. You also had a statement of revenue and expenditure from October.
I'll make the motion as well.
We have a motion from Mr. Panousis. We have a second from Mr. Carter. Any questions? All in favor of those approving those statements, say aye.
Aye.
That passes too. We have the financials from the Kennett Board of Public Works from October. We have a motion to approve. We have a motion from Mr. Wainick. We have a second from Mr. Gaddis. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, we're down to the administrator's report.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We had a number of things we wanted to update you on. The first of all is we've got municipal elections coming up in the spring. I asked the city clerk to give us an update on that schedule.
The municipal election is scheduled for Tuesday, April 7th of 2026. We have a council member from each ward and also the city treasurer. All of those are 2-year terms. Candidate filing opens at 8 a.m. on Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. Candidate filing closes at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. City Hall is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding weekends and holidays.
Okay, were there any questions on that? All right. Okay, the next thing we want to do is we want to give an update on rental properties. As we said to the council that we would do every meeting, and I'm going to ask Victor to come up and give us a rundown on that, please.
Mayor, Council, the past month, we've had 43 inspections completed on the rental property process. Mr. Cook has had 23, and as Up to today's date, from January 1st, we've done 368 rental inspections. So it seems like it's going fairly well. Anybody got any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and while you're up there,
Okay.
I'm gonna ask also to talk to about 411 Cedar Street.
Okay.
At the last council meeting, we had some comments about that and some complaints about the cleanup there. Can you tell us how we're doing?
Yes, I talked to the gentleman today, and I went down there and looked. They've got a truck trailer, there's 4 small dumpsters, and some small totes out there. So they're 95% done, getting it cleaned up, and he said that they would try to have that by the end of the week. So hopefully, cross fingers, that gets done.
Thank you.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, the next thing I wanted to talk about was the stormwater study. We have Waters Company producing that for us, and Mr. Cochran was going to be able to come tonight and give us a briefing on that, but he has a family situation, so he's not able to be here, but he will come the next week, next council meeting, give us an update on the stormwater study, and he has a written plan for us. That one was at no expense to us because it tells us what our plan would be, and based on that, you can determine what we want to do next. But he'll come back to us on the next meeting for that. And then I also wanted to give you a discussion about our salary study and job descriptions that we're working on. And the staff is working on that, and Mandy is doing a great job on that. We're doing, the first one is on the street department, which we have done a tentative study on, and we're also doing that for the other employees. Basically, we've got 4 groups of a salary matrix, I would call it. We have the police department, which is separate, and we've done one of those earlier. We've also looked at the fire department, which is separate. And now we have the street department, and we're looking at that one, and we'll bring that back to you after the first of the year. And then everybody else's administration, there's only about 8 or so in that, and we're including that as well in that study. And we want to do that so that we can make sure that first, all our employees are being treated fairly and right in terms of their pay, but also so that we are consistent with other communities, so we don't have other communities stealing our employees away because they're paying more, and we also don't want to be in the same situation where we're trying stealing employees from other cities. So we try to be similar to our other cities so that we're comparable in the similar jobs. We've got that about done now, and after the first of the year we'll bring you that back, because then we'll also have the first one ready, which will be the street study. Are there any questions about either of those, the salary study or stormwater? Okay, we'll bring that back to you. And then the next thing is, we had the issue of leaves and grass, which has been a bit of a problem now, and particularly since we've got all the rain that we've had. And Gerald, I think you can make some comments on that for us.
We just ask for the citizens to not blow them, mow them, or wreck them into the street, but take them to the compost facility. Free of charge, they'll accept all that yard debris like that.
And we'll end up having a problem with our storm drains and our storm water if that's all plugged up with extra leaves and grass, rather than pushing them down the storms. Okay, that is all I have for my report, unless someone has any questions on that or anything else. Okay, Mayor, thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just have a tourism report. I'll keep this brief as much as possible. November, we just wrapped up 2 big events for small business here. We had Holiday Open House, which the Chamber promotes, and National Small Business Saturday. Business owners have reported positive things for both of that, and then I hope that sales tax numbers represent that too when they come out. So we're looking good there. Obviously, we are just on the cusp of Small Town Christmas next week, so that's our next biggest for a while tourism event. I'll go ahead and give a rundown on that for anybody who doesn't have the dates and might be listening. Starting with December 6th, the Delphine Bazaar will take place at the American Legion building. There will also be the Small Town Christmas pageant that day. December 7th, Festival of Trees at the, what was the Harper's Closet building. That will be from 4:30 to 8 p.m. And then on Sunday, there will be, let's see, that's Festival of Trees, and then there will also be a matinee showing of Elf at the Palace Theater. Let's see, Monday, there'll be an adults only ugly sweater contest / murder mystery dinner theater. Just an added event for that this year, should be a good time. And then Tuesday will be the main event. That starts at 4 o'clock downtown Kennett. Roads will start closing at 2 o'clock. So that'll be something for everyone to keep in mind that day. The Adelphian Civic Club is the organization that puts that on, and again, they were awarded $1,500 of tourism funds to help advertise that event. So hear a lot of good things, and it should be bigger and better than ever. Any questions on any of those items? Okay. The last thing I'll just mention, if you remember, earlier this year, the council did approve the chamber to go after the marketing platform development grant, which is through the State Division of Tourism. That was to develop a new logo for city's tourism arm, and then chamber and city off of that. We're getting very close to that, so I'll have more information and some things to show you in the very near future.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I want to highlight a few things on regarding the downtown Christmas. Chamber is obviously, Christian just reported, he's heavily involved in this. Street department, they're going to set up their trucks and equipment, along with the fire department and all the departments, the police department too. But the street department will be setting up equipment, blocking the streets, taking that down at night. Fires, doing some fire trucks. We're just looking at for safety of our citizens, so you don't have a drunk driver or somebody running through the streets. We're going to physically block that from any possible action. Police going to have some extra presence this street or this year.
We're going to have about 4 to 6 officers out there on foot during that time. We had a couple of small incidents last year, but we were able to stop it pretty quick, so hopefully it'll go smooth again this year.
Yeah, and it's good for community outreach. That's the catchword, you know, for being out there and
Yes.
with the kids and everything. So, just want to give the council update what your departments are, what we'll be doing next week. Old business time. Mr. Wilson, Chief, you have some bids from the 2019 Ford Taurus?
Yes, they're opened up in the city clerk's office, I believe it was last week when the deadline hit. There was 4 bids received. The highest bid came from Gene Black. I think you had those bids in your packet. I'm going to ask for the council to approve his bid, and then also ask that the money be put into our police equipment reserve to help pay for future equipment for the new patrol cars.
All right, so I've got it right here.
There should be 4 bids in there.
Minutes.
Yeah, should be 4 bids. The highest one was Gene Black, and I don't know if we need to read them.
We do.
Okay. Do you have those? I don't have, okay,
I
go
can read
ahead.
it for you. We have a bid from Danny Lacewell for $751.61. We have a bid from Gene Lack for $8,855. We have a bid from Emergency Marketing at $1,378.18. And then the final bid from Ringwood Motors, Inc. for $1,080. And I would think the recommendation is stated approve Gene Lack's bid of $8,855.
I'll make a motion for Gene Lack.
We have a motion from Mr. Bryant, we have a second from who? Mr. Gaddis?
Mr. Phelps.
Phelps.
Do we need to make a motion on where it's going, Dennis?
Let's include it in the motion.
Yeah.
So I guess that motion is to approve the sale of Gene Lack for $8,855.
Yeah.
All right. Deposit in the police equipment reserve. A little delayed motion, you know, long motion, but still a motion. Any questions? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Looks like that passes. All right, thank you, Mr. Chief. In the previous meeting, we had a name submitted from the park board for appointment to the park board. Trey Bradford, Crystal Hiriscos, and Daryl Watson. Now, there's only one on that list I don't know about. Mr. Watson there.
Yeah, he's iffy.
But, no, but seriously, we got, this is the time for the approval of the 3 individuals.
I'll make a motion, we approve all 3 of them.
We have a motion,
I'll second.
we have a second, we'll give it to Mr. Riley, you've been active tonight, we'll leave it.
Yeah.
So, all right.
I'm gonna abstain from that
Yes, sir,
vote.
that's noted.
Your daughter.
You have a small connection there.
Or my nephew's wife.
Any questions, comments? All in favor of the appointment, say aye.
Aye.
I think that passes. 60-day provisional license, and that's all that I've got on my agenda, so who's taking that one?
Yes, I'll ask Victor to come up again and give us a rundown on these 2 licenses.
Victor, you only thought you were done.
Okay, we've got 2 things to discuss tonight. First would be, Mr. Riley Cook. In his agreement that he had, signed, on 8/8/25, which allowed him to have a 60-day provisional license with the understanding that he would have 16 properties inspected in the 60-day time period. He has more than got that number, and he showed significant improvement in the conditions of his rental properties, and has followed his plan of action in getting the number of properties inspected. And it's my recommendation that Mr. Cook gets an extension of 60 days for his provisional license.
Do you have a number on how many he plans to get done?
No, I've not talked to him, but if he keeps going like he is, and if he can, redo the other one and get 16 more in the next 60 days, he is getting to the harder ones, so he is slowing up a little bit, but I feel that he can get it or get real close.
How many does he like have them all done?
Some of them were sold, let's see, 8 were sold and 11 were sold, so 19 were sold, so he's probably down to 70, in the 70 range.
Any other questions for Mr. Lowe? We have a motion to approve the extension for 60 days.
I make a motion that they do under the same conditions that they do the 16.
Okay, so Mr. Young has a motion to approve the same conditions for next year 60 days. We have a second?
I say.
Mr. Gaddis on that one. Questions?
So that motion is for conditional 16 additional properties to be inspected and approved within that time
Yes,
period?
that's what
Just change the dates. That's all we're doing.
Do we know when that expires then?
Will it be
We
60
approve
days?
it
What
today.
day are you starting?
Today,
Today?
tomorrow. Yeah, we can start tomorrow, 12:30.
So, since he's over on the other ones, he can't use those to,
He's making them.
we can't bank any, okay?
It's a credit for those.
All right, we do need a vote. So any other questions? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 That passes too. Next.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The next thing is, Mr. Derek Cunningham. He has 62 properties, and he has, signed an agreement, the same as Mr. Riley Cook, that he would like to get a provisional license for the 60 days, and with the same amount of having 16, inspected within the 60 days. And I have a signed agreement by him. And it is, the code enforcement office has been in contact with Mr. Cunningham in reference to his 62 properties. It is my recommendation that the council approve the provisional license for 60 days, and Mr. Cunningham obtained 16 inspections in those 60 days on those properties.
Is Mr. Cunningham here got representation?
Yes, he is here, if y'all would like to talk to him.
That's what I wonder if we had quick witnesses here.
Do we have any questions?
I have a couple of questions, Mr. Muller. So today's the 2nd of December,
Mhm.
and this law went, or ordinance went into effect January 1st.
Yes.
So for the past 11 months, have any of his properties been inspected?
No, but these were some of the 62 properties that went to Eddie Flores that were not in his possession at that time.
Okay. And since asking for the provisional license, has he made any progress or requests for inspections, or can he, I guess,
No,
without a
he
license?
can't, he
So
can't
he
until
could-
the provisional
He
license.
could not have until we
Yes.
made this decision. Okay,
Yes.
thank you, that's helpful.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion on the floor?
I'll make it. I'll second it.
We have a motion, we have a second for a 60-day provisional license for Mr. Cunningham.
I'm
With
sorry,
the same,
who made?
Mr. Waynick, I believe, made the motion, and Mr. Bryant made the second.
Thank you.
Same conditions as previous for 60 days.
Roughly 180 days, he'll have them all done then.
In theory, yes.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Ms. McElrath, I think it's updating some grants for us. Sure.
Well, it doesn't matter now. Okay, so we're moving along on all of our grants. Mr. Moss we just got some information on our TAP grant that's Clifford College. So, College Street, North Street to Liberty, Clipper Street, Walnut to College. So that has been approved, Gerald. That's the letter we got from MoDOT was approved to proceed, and the engineers take care of putting everything together and getting all the correct documents. So that means all 3 TAP grants are now active and we're getting the work done. Airport grant is now active and that work is moving along. I'm getting a lot of documentation on that. One of the things, Mayor, I know you are very interested, and everybody else in the future TAP grants, is now is the time to be deciding on where we would like to see new work. And if we're going to have engineers start laying some things out, the time to do that, because these should be done in 26, maybe early 27, and we need to be ready to roll with something new.
I know the Freak Committee had a meeting tonight and it's briefly discussed. I don't think we're to that point where we need to
Right, I
present
mean,
it, but
it's not like, I don't need anything else till the end of the year, but, you know, once we get through all this, but everything is rolling along, and I'll talk to you later about other things.
And then our park, our baseball
Park,
fields,
Our,
our
yes,
park department's been really busy.
yes, and then,
That grant is
that
wrapping up.
grant and Melissa Combs, everybody needs to hug her neck every time you see her, because she has worked so hard on that grant, and that was a very complicated, detailed federal grant. And so that's all getting ready to happen too, by spring ball.
Free ball.
And so, any other grants we've got going on, airport, recap.
Nothing else that we need
We
to
got
talk about.
2 that we have not heard anything yet on our demolition or other grant. I checked with Jim Green today. He thought it would be by Thanksgiving. He said, oh, now maybe by the end of the week. So we'll see about that.
That'll be all for now.
And I have a question, Ms. McElroy. For those TAP grants, just for reminder for everyone who may not remember, are those for sidewalk improvements in those 3 areas? That's what they all are,
Yes.
right? Okay, thank
And
you.
it's Transportation Alternatives Program, that's what that's standing for, TAP.
I think we are at a big advantage because we have a transportation tax.
Yes.
For most communities, they don't have an extra money sitting around.
Right,
We can apply that 10% match really quick and
yes.
achieve.
That gives us a great advantage on those.
And it's 80 cents on the dollar.
So Gerald's gonna hurry up and get that work done, and then we're gonna roll right into some new. Gerald's like, why don't you let her sit by me?
All right, thank you, Ms.
You're
McElrath.
welcome.
All right, we have any comments from the council? Looks like we're gonna move on to public comment. Oh, what you got? Yes,
I do
sir.
have, Some people in Ward 5 has brought to my attention about the pickup that City Light Gas and Water, I know I'm gonna call it that because I Board of Public Works, that's right. Part of the trash pickup thing was agreed on that they would be picking up like furniture and washers and stuff like that. Now I guess it's to the point, it looks like it's maybe a couple years off. Jamie, is that correct?
No, sir, we purchased the truck last week. We're running a staffing issue and maybe, I'm sorry. We had a truck purchased, it's on site, we do have that. Right now it's a staffing issue. I've said it once and I'll say it 1,000 more times. We want to make sure that the trash is getting out of town.
Yeah.
But we do have the truck purchased. We're working on getting staffing and finding time in the week to actually do it. Our plan in the future is to go to a 4-day pickup schedule and then have Fridays be our bulk pickup. That's our current plan.
Okay.
But the truck is on site. We do have it.
That's great, because the question was, you know, if we couldn't, if it's gonna be a year or two, if we could have like a citywide pickup instead of that. So if that's in the works, that's the answer to the question. And I thank you very much for that.
Yes, sir.
Just clear that up though. We're not doing a 4-day at the moment. We've got 5-day ticket. We're not changing.
Correct, yes, sir.
I just want to say
We are not changing anything with the exception of the Christmas pickup
I was
schedule.
looking at Jeff to make sure he heard clearly on that one.
Right.
You know what? I messed up big time, I believe. I totally skipped over new business, and no one else is paying attention, I can see, so we're gonna have to go back to new business. Are you done, Mr. Young, with your comments?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going to circle around.
Okay, we're in new business again, or now. Resolution 2025-9 for purpose of enacting the recommendation of chief police to impound vehicles for no insurance.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much, man. This is going to be a slight change, and what we wanted to do is make sure we had the guidance from the council so the police department could enforce it. Chief?
Okay, in your package, you'll have a memo that I typed up, basically explaining the steps we're going to be taking starting January 1st, 2026. We're going to try to put out social media information about this and why we're doing it, the enforcement action that we'll be taking for vehicles, people that are operating vehicles with no insurance. Something we've done several years ago. I'm not sure why we ever got away from it, but we've been a little bit lax, but I think it's past time that we start getting a little bit more strict on that. We write several tickets a year for people with no insurance, and it costs every one of us a lot more money out of our pockets when we have an accident with someone with no insurance. So my main goal here is to get more compliance from drivers is what we're looking for. We're not necessarily out trying to punish everybody for it, but at the same time, compliance is the key. And I think it'd be better for all of our drivers here in the city of Kennett. Are there any questions?
Yes, what we need to do is talk about the second half of it, and that is stopping not only at accidents, but stopping for regular traffic stops.
Yes, on a traffic stop, state law does require that you're produced insurance upon demand by a police officer when you're stopped. It's part of the requirements. It's a state statute. You're required to have insurance on your vehicles. Basically now, it's kind of counterproductive. You stop somebody with no insurance, but they're going to turn around and let them go, and they just drive off. They're still driving with no insurance. So that's some things we want to stop. I'd hate to have, we write somebody a ticket for no insurance, we turn them loose, and they have an accident after that. Well, what are you doing letting them drive? Why are you letting them operate out on the city street after you done gave them a ticket for this? So that's the kind of things we're going to try to avoid. That's just the next step. It's already required by state statute as far as accidents goes. But now this extra step we're adding is going to be involving traffic stops as well.
To impound the vehicle.
Yes.
Just to clarify, if you get stopped for traffic violation and you don't have any insurance, you're not driving that vehicle off.
That's right.
Will be impounded.
It'll be impounded.
And there will be no exceptions, right? Not like I've got the card at home or whatever, it's like,
You better have proof with you.
okay,
I've
no
got a
exceptions.
question. Does it have to be on paper or it can be electronically?
Oh, they can
produced?
show, like, they have proof on their phone, that's fine.
Okay.
We're perfectly okay with that.
Okay.
Either one is fine. But they have to have some kind of proof that they have insurance on their vehicles. I can't think of any exceptions unless Terry can think of an exception on that, but I don't think there is an exception.
Also, to clear the air, I received a call from an individual. We're not getting into the tow truck business, nor are we impounding the vehicles in our.
Right, no, we know. Yeah,
All we're doing is enforcing the state law.
right.
So I just want to make sure that's cleared up.
Yes, we're not gonna get into that business.
So, Okay, I guess we need to approve that resolution if you also choose to.